Hi Dragons, it's Mrs. McKenrick. So good to see you again. It is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020, and today we are going to be doing a little camping, going on a camping trip, and we're going to be using a very unexpected material for adding some color today. Before we get to that, I would like to give a special shout out to Miss Swazi's kindergarten class. Boys and girls, I know that you are probably at home working hard on all of the tasks that your teachers put out for you and that your parents are asking you to do, and I know you are making great choices at home. Keep it going, keep posting on Google Classroom. I've heard from a lot of you already, and I can't wait to hear from the rest of you too. And for all of you at home who are not a Pembroke friend, thanks for following along. Thanks for watching. Hi Amelia. Hi Cece. Good to see you, and I love talking to you. And I love seeing what you make too. All right, my friends, before we get to today's prompt, I am going to open up our mailbag and take a little peek. I actually had 2 videos for you yesterday. So you had some of you maybe did your snail with the marker print, and some of you also drew yourself 20 years from now. Some really cool drawings came in, so I'm going to show you those right now. Today's prompt, Tuesday, March 24th, says, draw a picture of a camping trip. And I'm going to explain when I do my drawing how, in my mind, the pictures of a camping trip are, I have so many great camping memories. I grew up every summer spending time with my family in the Adirondacks at our cabin, swimming and fishing and hiking and laying on an inner tube and floating around with snorkeling goggles on and just looking at stuff in the water. And now I have some great memories of camping with Mr. McKenrick and our dogs, going up there. And another memory, oh gosh, Archie. Apparently there's a disturbance in the force. Now I have memories of last year at the primary school, all of us together painting the camping murals in the primary school cafeteria. And I have good feelings about camping. I just love thinking about it because I have so many things that I can draw upon. So we're going to get started here in just a second, and I'm going to surprise you with the art supply that I've chosen today to add some color. It's not going to be really something that you might think that you can use. All right, so let's get started. Draw a picture of a camping trip. When I think of a camping trip, 2 ideas come to mind. First, my family and I going to our cabin in the Adirondacks every summer. And second, I think of our mural that we did at the primary school last year with all the mountains and the sun and the log cabin. So I'm gonna combine those 2 ideas into one. And when I go camping, we like to go kayaking or canoeing. We're usually by the lake, and we're in a cabin. So I'm gonna show you, we're gonna do a drawing together, and then I'm going to show you how to add some color using 2 very different materials you might not have thought of before to use in your artwork. So here we go. I'm gonna start with my canoe because I'm gonna put that in the foreground. Oh my gosh, can you hear Mr. McKenrick downstairs? Chasing the dogs around. You might be heard the squeaking. I don't know, it's kind of is looking more like a Viking ship. There, a little bit. That's slightly better. There's probably a million things I could do to make that less scary looking. And how about a little oar? Oh, there's Archie. Oh boy. All right. All right. Well, it's kind of oarish in the water, maybe. All righty. And we're gonna put the shore of the lake behind it. I'm not gonna go all the way up. And how about our little log cabin over here? Very rustic cabin that we're making today. Let's see. Little porch. I was so impressed with the number of amazing snails that I got. All of these really cool drawings that everybody did. I was really impressed. And not only that, all of your marker prints. So awesome. Great job. All right, so here's our cabin door. Maybe we need a little window. So this is part of, remember, our week of how to add color to our artwork without, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pick supplies that I think you might have. Some of us might not have paint at home, or markers or things like that, but I think that today's supplies a lot of friends will have. So you've got a permanent marker or a pencil that you're using here. Either one, Sharpie or a pencil. I'm working on my logs. Very rustic. Trying to be as, keep our energy footprint low here. All right, yeah, something like that. Not my best work on perspective, but that's okay. And maybe a little fire. Oh, you can hear the puppy crying. It's dinner time at the McKenrick household and everybody is apparently crying. It's great. She did eat already. I just want you to know. I think she's crying because she wants somebody to put the blanket on her. That's the kind of household that we have. Is that our dogs tell us to put blankets on them. All right, so I'm gonna make the shore go behind the fire here, and we'll have the lake kind of continue. That's the other side of the lake over there. And I'm gonna do something with trees here, but before I do, maybe we'll put some mountains in the background. You can make your mountains however you want. My first and second grade friends did a lot of cool mountain stuff this year with our Robin Mead seascapes. So you know about creating foreground, middle ground, and background. Ooh, this is the element of space. Yeah. Okay, how to add color. Now remember, this is my little camping trip. You do you, whatever you want to do with your camping trip. I have here a paintbrush and a cup of coffee. Now, coffee can be used as paint. I know, it's crazy, but it's true. You can use this however you want. I'm gonna go over my mountains. Now, you're going to want to, if you're using a thinner paper like I am, this is just regular office copy paper, you might want to put something behind it, whether it's a placemat or I have other papers behind it, just because coffee is mainly a liquid, except for the brown of the dye and the flavor. But tea, a strongly brewed tea, would work the same way. And I'm gonna do my mountains like that. Maybe I'll paint my cabin like this. When an artist uses just one color for color and maybe uses different tints and shades, it's called a monochrome. And this, since we're using this brown color, the coffee, we'd even further, we could call this sepia. A sepia tone is actually initially a technique used in photography, but we're borrowing it for our purposes. So I've got my coffee mountains, my coffee cabin. It's kind of like we're doing Candyland here. A coffee canoe. This painting's gonna smell really good. If you want your coffee to be darker, you can go over it another time. Also, stronger brewed cups of coffee or tea would make darker colors. Lighter brewed coffee or tea will make lighter colors. It's like you're doing a watercolor right now. So I'm going to, well, maybe these racks, some coffee racks. I'm gonna keep that like that. And then I wanted to show you one other technique. You remember those marker prints we did the other day with the snail? I did a green one, tin foil, Mr. Sketch or another marker, washable marker on top, squirted the spray bottle, and then this is just a paper that I did so that I could use this for this project. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm going to cut out a zigzag line here, and I'm gonna have it become the trees in front of the mountains. Let's just see. I like this part, this little area right here. Let's see, yeah, that's the right size. That looks pretty good. And then I'm just gonna cut this into some pine trees. When we go up to the lake in the summertime, the whole outside of the lake has pine trees around it. So when I was thinking about doing this project, I knew that I definitely wanted to include some pine trees. And I'm making these all different heights, because unless the trees are the same kind and they were planted at the same time, they'll probably all be different heights. Or not just planted, probably even that they got there through their seeds on the wind, or they're carried by animals. All right, so here's my line of trees right there. And I can put some glue on the back of that. Once my coffee dries, put some glue on the back of that, and I have my trees in the background. You could just use these triangles even. Put those around. I just love the way that these papers look. And you know what I was even thinking too, guys, is that like these papers are super fun. Using a painted or printed paper that is it's not just white, it's not just red, it's all different tints and shades of a color. Using that really will make your artwork, it'll just kick your artwork up a notch. All right, so I am going to, or I could, if I wanted to, I could keep painting with coffee. I could keep adding the brown color. Let's see, it's still pretty wet, so see it's going through the paper behind it. I could keep adding brown color. You can see the areas where I did it twice are a little bit darker. So if you wanted to make it darker, you can. Or then if you want instead, you can pull in some other types of art supply to finish things off for you, okay? This is, again, I'm trying to give you lots of ideas for things that you could do on your own and also give you some freedom. You don't have to do things the way that I'm doing them. And I'm not going to show you step by step how to color this the same way that I would, because I want you to do your own thing and decide what's going to work the best for you. This is obviously not finished, but I'm gonna let you use your imagination and finish it off. That's all for me today. I hope you have a great day. Stay tuned for tomorrow because I have a special guest who will be joining us. See you then. Bye-bye.